Let's go. Very nice takeoff.
Wow, that was awesome. Here we go, let's climb it. Full throttle. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that was
Oh
nice.
my gosh, that was crazy.
That was cool. And let it fall. Ha! 0 throttle. You guys have asked for it and I'm excited to show it. More Hobby King planes on the channel, and the reason for that is because we are getting some of the most bang for our buck with Hobby King planes. This is a 50mm EDF 4S capable, and believe it or not, it comes in under $160 through our link in the description box below. It also has a flight stabilizer built in. This is a plug and play setup, and it took me about 30 minutes or less to put it together and to get everything bound up to my receiver on a 3-position switch, so we have safe equivalency, AS3X equivalency, or we can turn it off completely and do what we want in the air. In other words, this is a smart jet plug and play 4S with any receiver you want, just like the Arrows planes back in the day, with a flight stabilizer that doesn't cost an extra $100. Imagine that. So I'm excited to fly this. Now there's a special little trick about this plane that has me crossing my fingers for this maiden flight. Not only the flight stabilizer, boy, I hope I set that up right. It was easy, but was it too easy? We'll find out. The wing is actually held on with magnets. Both of these. Oh, man. Yeah, I knew when I said that Abby would be surprised. It's on there though. They're rare earth magnets. Oh, there's yeah, we've got the support rod is there, but yes, Abby, magnets are holding that. It doesn't recommend in the instructions in any way, shape, or form that you use additional glue, because obviously this plane is so big. You might need to remove the wings for transportation. I'm really not sure why they did that, because the true hobbyist in me wants to glue those wings into place. But because it doesn't recommend it, we're gonna put it to the test. I've never flown a plane with the wings being held on by magnets. Let's fly.
You'll never be able to see your screen today, Nate.
I forgot my sunshade.
Slacker.
Slacker? I was up till 1 a.m. working on this.
Launch with confidence. Launchfidence. Let's go. Very nice takeoff.
That was awesome. Actually, that was great.
That was the best hand launch. Wow.
I felt good about that. Man. So you noticed the zip ties on there, right? Okay. It recommends a 1000 milliamp 4S, and I thought, okay, I got 1300. That's close enough. Geez, you know, CG's off maybe a little bit. We'll be okay. No. The canopy won't close. I didn't try to close the canopy at home. I tested everything with the canopy off at the house, so I zip tied it on. So this is definitely a first for me, but I wanted to be able to get you guys the video. Our weather has been awful. We have this dirt bike event that's going on up here, and there's literally about 1,000 cars behind me right now for a dirt bike event, but luckily they're all out right now. So it was now or never, like literally. So it's just crazy. Anyway, I'm just cruising around. Let's crank it down the runway and have some fun. Here we go, full throttle. Flight stabilization, excuse me, feels just as good as safe. There's no difference in like the Arrows version or this. This is really good. It's flying really nice. This is a bank and yank airplane, so no rudder. But we have aileron control and elevator, and mix of those. Haven't had to trim anything up. That's hands-free. It feels really good. I could have a little bit of weird drag from my zip ties on there. I'm sure that's affecting the flight some, which is really saying a lot for the airplane, to be honest.
Right? If you can fly this good with zip ties, imagine how it would fly without. You guys, the weather has just been so insane this summer.
Turning flight stabilization off and see what, because it might need trim. So here we go. It needs a little bit of right aileron trim, quite a bit actually. I did a visual level, you know, on the ground, but you just never can tell till you get it in the air. So flight stabilization back off. Can I, there we go. There's a nice,
oh, that's a bird.
Yeah, that's a bird. Feeling pretty good. I actually think I prefer, of course I prefer flying with it off, but it's beginner friendly having it on. Full throttle roll. Nice. Let's see if we can do a loop out here. We're fighting some wind. As the day picks up, it's going to get even windier, but let's see if I can do a loop. 3, 2, 1. Just powered into it. I didn't do any dive going into it. Very nice. Can we do 2 consecutive? Oh yeah, this is powerful enough. Wasn't the cleanest loop, but I still need a little bit of trim. And I actually think I was previously trimmed up from another airplane because I yanked a receiver out of here from another airplane. So that could even be what was going on. It's feeling really good now. Low roll and climb. Let's see how it climbs. Abby, you gotta ask on the next dive.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Will it snap?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that was an amazing.
Wow. I like this one. It reminds me of the first jet I learned to fly on, which was the F-18 Eagle.
So I'm flying with, yeah, you did great on the Eagle.
That's what it reminded me of. When you showed this to me this morning, I was like, ooh, I like that.
Look at this. We're getting dirt bike attention now. I'm not surprised. If you were a dirt bike rider and you saw a cool jet flying in your home base, I would stop and watch. Left roll. Oh yeah, very nice. The roll rate on this is super nice. So for something to be at this price point is really, really stupefying to me to also have flight stabilization. I mean, it's a really nice setup, 4S capable. It's plug and play. All you need is a battery and a receiver and you're in the air. And you'll have this built in the same amount of time that it takes to charge your battery.
Okay, you're at like a 4-minute flight. I don't know if I was supposed to tell you.
We'll keep it right around 5.
Okay.
We'll keep it right around 5. So let's just keep some scale maneuvers here.
All right.
Bringing it in a little bit slower and lower. I have it a little on the nose heavy side right now because it recommends to keep it nose heavy as your maiden flight, especially because of my battery being a little heavier. So I think we can probably push a 7 or 8 minute flight, to be honest, because I've got 1300 milliamps in here. I do love the power that we have. If it was 3S, it wouldn't feel super good. I think there was like an eSheen version-ish of this, but I believe it was 3S, and I also think it was closer to the $200 price point. To be extremely honest, I don't really know how Hobby King is able to do this at this price point. I don't tell them, but I would expect this to be like a $199 jet. The fact that it's $160-ish.
It's awesome.
Now, they might also charge you an extra 10 or 15 bucks for shipping because Hobby King does tend to do that, depending on where you live. But I've also had free shipping with them too, so you'll just have to check it out and see what they have going on. And believe it or not, this is in stock right now, which is one of the reasons I chose to do this for the channel today, because a lot of times Hobby King branded things are out of stock all the time. This one's in stock. Here we go, let's climb it. Full throttle. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that was
Oh
nice.
My gosh, that was crazy.
That was cool. And let it fall. Ha! 0 throttle. People ask me to do 0 throttle tendencies, so let's
just
do
like
that.
floated down to earth.
It did. That was pretty
neat.
good. Feeling good, but let's see. Let's go for. You know what? It's starting to feel a little weak on that battery, so let's come in for.
I was gonna say you're at 6 minutes, or just about.
I'm going to land it. Oh yeah, my battery's shot. I gotta land it right here.
You're gonna do
5
it
minutes
to
is
our left,
definitely our
right?
magic. Yeah, we're landing right here.
All right.
Understand
Take it easy.
power,
Take it easy.
and
Easy.
it's gotta come down
Easy.
right there. Oh, it's perfect.
Good job.
Perfect. That's fun. This isn't on Hobby King. It's on me for not testing to see if my battery would fit before we came out. Right? That's just a goofy thing.
And now you got dents in your plane. Good
I'm
job,
not
Nate.
happy about it, but.
Worth it. That
I'm
was a good
glad
flight.
it's worth it. That's right. And don't tell me that you guys haven't done things in the comments
Never.
that might have damaged your plane just so you could get one more flight in for the day, right? I haven't flown anything in a while just because of weather and schedule and just see what happened. This needs to sit flush under the canopy.
It's like 2 millimeters too big.
I know. Yeah, sucks. But that's a warm battery. I'm going to say 4 or 5 minute flight, especially if you're sticking to the 1000 milliamp recommended. It is an XT60 plug. I've got a Spectrum receiver in there, but nothing about it helped the stabilization factor on that at all. I just kept it to like a dumb receiver. I just yanked it out. Actually, I pulled that out of my crashed FMS integral.
Nice.
So a part of me was actually curious, was the receiver the problem? Sorry that you were being the guinea pig on that, but no, the receiver was not the problem. Other people have had similar crashes. High speed stalls on that FMS integral, which is very interesting. So the one thing I will say about this that I would recommend Hobby King do that I'd like to see is just a slightly higher quality clevis. Okay, they're fine.
This thing?
Yes, that thing.
Okay.
I'd like to also see them include the rubber fuel line, you know, clamps that would help to hold it in place. That doesn't really cost a lot, and I think it makes it just feel a lot higher quality. This was fine, but I'd like to see that happen from Hobby King. Really, there's nothing I can complain about on this unless I want to be super nitpicky. The magnetic wing held on just fine, and everything in me wanted to glue that while I was building it, but I thought, it doesn't say it. It does say to glue the tail pieces on, so it would say it if it needed it. So
I'm highly impressed.
I'm highly impressed too. I literally showed you, Abby. You know, I'm not pulling it apart because I have my servo wires in there. And here's one more pro tip when you are assembling this: the servo plug in here. I will just go ahead and show you this. Okay, this looks like it plugs in, and the internal part can't come out, but I highly recommend you get some needle nose pliers. Pull this out because it's not glued in place. That way you can see where your negative lead is on your servo wire, and then you don't plug it in backwards. So it does. I used my pocket knife and just kind of pried it out. So you can do that, and I recommend that you do, so you don't cause yourself a headache down the road. And that's it. This is a great flight stabilized. It's back here. Check this out. I just have it under my receiver. My receiver's loose in there. Everything just plugs in, and then there's your stabilizer. That's how it comes. They have it programmed for this plane specifically, which is awesome. I didn't have any expo in on that flight or anything because it's actually not recommended. And then a lot of people might see this as being new. There's your servo lead that plugs into your receiver. Those look normal, but look at this. Those are only the positive wire. It's one. So that plugs into your positive line on all of your receiver ports, but they're all labeled, and it's super easy and super simple. And all you have to do is set up your channel 5, your flight stabilization, to a 3-position switch. And I reversed mine because I wanted to, but it's very, very, very easy to do, under $160. So I'm blown away by this.
I'm pretty sure that's cheaper than that Gushing jet you had a couple years ago.
That's what I said in the air.
Oh, you did?
I think that one was maybe $220 or something.
I feel like it was.
And I also think it was 3S. This one's 4S.
Nice. So wow.
Massive difference. They hit a home run on this jet. The
I'm
instructions are
excited for Hobby King, like, coming back in the game, and
they are. They're
getting it done.
They're making a very strong comeback, and this, in my opinion, is a home run. I don't know why the price is what it is. I don't even think that's on sale. I think that's like the normal price. I'm a little bit surprised by that, but it'll be linked in the description box below. If you want to support our channel at no extra cost to you, you can click that link and pull it up, and you get the exact model that we're talking about here, and it does help to support our family and our channel, like I said. I'm going to give a massive shout out to AMA today because I am flying around a lot of people. A lot of vehicles, and I mean, there's actually no people here. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff here that my plane could hit. Now, if I know I'm allowed to be here. I have absolute permission to be here always, but if this were to go out of control or something and crash into one of these trailers, even if it was just a big scratch down the side, because it is foam, it's not gonna really hurt anyone. I'm glad I've got that insurance because they have me covered in case something awful were to happen. So I highly recommend you fly with the Academy of Model Aeronautics. We'll have them linked in the description box below too. It's absolutely no secret that at the end of every video, we say thanks to God for the blessings that He's provided us in our life. But in case there's any doubt in anyone's mind, I want to be extremely clear when I say that Abby and I are Christians, and we love God, and we have a strong moral compass that has guided this channel for years, since day one. And I say this because we have had a conflict, not with this brand, but with another brand that has challenged our moral compass very hard. And we'll probably talk a little bit about that on the channel down the road as things settle and get clear. We've had a lot of people asking why certain things haven't been on the channel, and I just want to be honest and truthful and straightforward with you guys that in the past, that morality for our channel had not been challenged, but here in today's present, it has been, and it's made us extremely uncomfortable. So I hope that slightly clarifies a few things for you guys moving forward, but we will make things a bit more clear as we move forward too. Again, nothing to do with this company. I actually love the fact that I'm able to say what needs to be said, which is the truth. And so I'm grateful for that when anybody wants to work with us. But I want to say a massive thanks to God for all of his blessings, both in the world of RC, for today's weather, for the opportunity to fly, even though there's thousands of vehicles and things up here, and just my life and family in general. I'm super grateful to him and all the blessings he's provided in my life. Finally, last but not least, I want to say a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your insanely awesome support. If you want to see more awesome, affordable RC planes, we'll have a hand-picked video popping up right about now, just for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.